Hey everybody, and welcome back to the second episode of Let's Cast. I am Curtis, your host, and I'm accompanied by my co-host, Jeff.
Hello.
And we are here with our first guest, Silveragescientist. His first name is Randy, so that's what we'll be calling him from here on out.
Hey everybody.
So Randy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'll think of something. I'm Randy, hello. My user name is Silveragescientist. I've been doing Let's Plays since March. My style is pretty edited. I like to edit my Let's Plays because I'm not totally confident that I'm 100% interesting all the time, so I like to cut out anything that I am unhappy with, and that's kind of my style. My Let's Play career started with a Skyrim Let's Play that I deleted very early, and continued with a Pokemon Snap Let's Play that I'm not sure was that good for my health. And now I'm working on a couple of things, and it's pretty fun.
Wow, there are all sorts of things I want to ask you after hearing that. However, we're going to start with some very basic questions first. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
All right. RPG or FPS? Go.
That's a good question. Both genres are pretty important to me. I've put more hours into RPG, but the most fun I've ever had in any video game was the final boss in Half-Life 2, Episode 2, the Strider Battle. So I'm not totally sure if I can answer that. They're both super awesome.
All right. What would be your preferred console or platform?
I'd have to go with PC, because that's just how I play most of my games. That's the only console I own that's even like remotely decent.
It's the master gaming race, man. It's all about the PC.
Master gaming race above the lowly console peasants.
Exactly.
My favorite console, though, would have to be GameCube, I think, just because it's classy.
And classic.
I had some good times with the GameCube. It wasn't actually all that popular, unfortunately.
Yeah, it didn't really get super popular until Smash Bros. Melee came out, and then that's what moved a lot of consoles.
Okay, next question. What's your favorite game?
That is such a good question.
Of course, because I asked it.
Clearly.
Well, clearly. That's really hard for me to answer. I can't decide between two. Like, I have like maybe 10 games that I would consider like one of my favorite games ever, but I have two games that I consider like my definite top two, and it depends on how I'm feeling which one I consider my favorite. And those games are Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which I'm currently doing a Let's Play of. Just because, from kind of like a nostalgic sort of way, like a warm and fuzzy sort of emotional way, that's my favorite game ever. And Portal 2, which comes from a very critical place. I think that game is just about flawless.
Yeah, I really was very pleased with that too, and especially coming off as it being a sequel, I thought it was, they really did an amazing job coming up with that.
I totally agree. I think, like, I almost want to consider Portal 2 just my favorite, because I'm really feeling sort of analytical today. But, yeah, man, like, there's no game that better understands its medium, in my opinion, than Portal 2.
I did really like Portal 2. I liked it a whole lot. But I actually liked Portal 1 more, and it's mostly because it was sort of like an understated humor. Like, as you went through the game, it was revealed to you like, the funny part of it was that it wasn't supposed to be funny in the beginning. You had no expectations, but as you went through it, you're just like, this lady who's talking to me, is she, just help me go along, or is she really going to try murdering me?
Yeah, I agree. I think the first game is completely brilliant, but I think the second game expands upon that so much, and not just because the comedy is more, like, just stated. Like, I do agree with you that the first game has a much more understated sense of humor than the second game, but what the second game has is possibly the best ever example that I can think of right now of subtlety in storytelling. Like, Portal 2 tells this enormous story, the story of Aperture Science, the story of Cave Johnson, the story of Carolyn and Gladys, the story of Wheatley, and the story of Shell. All tells all those stories in a 9-hour game, roughly, without a single cutscene and without a single block of text. And it, like, you feel like you know everything about the entire universe after having played it. But nothing is ever directly explained to you. It's all explained through the environment and through the gameplay. And, like, completely blows my mind every time I think about it. Like, they crammed decades of foreshadowing and backstory into a potato. And Portal 2 has this amazing potato motif. Potatoes are mentioned everywhere, and it blows my mind.
Yeah, I do have to agree with you. Telling a story through actually experiencing the game and not through cutscenes is something that is absolutely awesome. And Valve does an absolutely amazing job of it. But you haven't convinced me. I still like Portal 1 more.
God damn it.
Well, yeah, and I think they did a lot of things like we were saying, Randy, was they put in little clips and little things that kind of made you piece it all together as you went along. It wasn't just like blatant, okay, this is exactly what happened, this is how it goes. They made you kind of figure it out as you ran along, and I thought that was an amazing job.
Yeah, just the writing and also the lines that they had written for actual characters were brilliant. I think the character of Cave Johnson is like one of the best video game characters ever, but not as good as Teddy from Persona 4, but still.
Oh, Teddy.
Teddy is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, like on the flip side of what I was saying about how I admire Portal 2 for telling that grand story without a single cutscene or a single block of text, I still adore what I've played of Persona 4 so far, and it does that to like the extreme, and I'm still totally okay with it.
Yeah, those are two very, very, very different games, but they still both tell a really great story.
And they're both pretty awesome to play.
Portal 2 doesn't have Teddy, though.
It is unbearable.
Oh!
High five, yeah. Oh, no, it's only funny when Teddy does it. But, so how far in Persona 4 are you?
I'm about 41 or 42 hours in. I'm currently in the, I don't remember the character's name. Holy crap.
The dude with the creepy eyes? The kid?
No, I actually just beat him. So, Naoto. I'm currently in Naoto's dungeon.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't go too far into it. We don't want to spoil Persona 4 for anybody, because it is,
including myself.
Yeah.
Or me, yeah.
Oh yeah, Jeff. You actually we're a little bit past that part, aren't we?
Yeah, we're just a little bit past that, but still, you just kind of I gotta leave it out there and let it go.
Okay, we'll skip past the Persona 4 then.
And there you go. Okay, so Randy, what was the last game you actually completed, not including any of your Let's Plays?
I think that would have to be going back a few months now, actually, just because I've been working on Let's Plays and it kind of takes up a big chunk of my free time. But the last game I completed, honestly, is probably Half-Life 2 Episode 2. I've started about 30 games since then, just because of the Steam sale, but yeah, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, I think, is the last game I completed. That wasn't a Let's Play. And what a game to end on. Goddamn cliffhanger.
Always with the cliffhangers. Okay, alright, next question. All-night LAN with friends or all-night single-player game marathon?
I think I'm going to have to go with the latter, because I don't have any friends.
Aww.
No, that's not true. The multiplayer games I like to play are games that don't really require a whole lot of time devoted to them. Like, the multiplayer games I've been into largely, stuff like Super Smash Brothers and Mario Party, and just kind of bullshit games like that. So the games that I like truly love are all one player. So I have to go with the latter. And I've experienced that lately with Persona 4, because I've put 40 hours into it, and I've only been playing it for like a week and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
That game will do it to you.
It's ridiculous.
I'm glad I got you hooked on it.
I am too.
I actually did a lot of LAN parties back in the day, and that's kind of... And Jeff was there for some of them, and that's,
yeah, just a few of them.
And that's kind of where the question came from, was because we did a lot of multiplayer games, and like we would like go to somebody's house, we'd get like 8-10 computers together, and we just play games all night. And man, there is one game that sticks out in my memory that we played the most, and that was Counter-Strike. So I wasn't sure, if that's what if you preferred that kind of thing, or if you just preferred to like have some friends over, sit on the couch, and play some RPGs.
Well, of course I enjoy that too, but most of my gaming experience is with single-player games.
Well, yeah, I mean, even then, a lot of times if you have just a single-player game you just want to run through, sometimes it's fun just to have people around you and shouting random things as something pops up or some random character incurred. It's kind of fun to have them throw in their own little commentary and almost do like a Let's Play as you're sitting there in the living room, so...
That's true. And now that I think about it, that's the only way I have ever played Grand Theft Auto 4.
Nice.
Who was with you?
Just me and any number of my friends.
Okay.
Usually my closest friend Conrad, because he's the one who got me into the game.
Was it pretty much just GTA 4, or was it like the whole GTA line?
Just GTA 4 is the only Grand Theft Auto I've ever played. But I was talking about how awesome Saints Row 3 was, and he's like, dude, GTA 4 is way better. And I was like, no, and he was like, you gotta play it. So I was like, okay.
The classic arguments of youth.
I had played a lot of Grand Theft Auto 4 before that over at his house, but I had never played the story ever. We just fucked around.
Oh yeah, just basically ran around, killed shit, and stole cars.
And that's the most fun way to play that game, it seems like. I mean, the story's great, and I love playing the missions, but it's so much fun to just try to build up a 6-star police rating and then escape.
You know, I never actually played GTA 4 multiplayer. I only did the single-player stuff in it.
Well, yeah, we would just play the single-player campaign, but just, like, screw around like that.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So not so much actually, like, trying to do anything in particular, just kill things and get as bad of a record as you can and then run away.
You know what's really funny about that? I actually played the game the exact opposite.
Really?
Yes, I obey traffic laws. I stop at red lights.
What?
I try my hardest not... I'm not kidding you. I will never let's play that game because it would be the most boring fucking thing ever.
I'd be like, no, come on, just kill the thing. Just kill it and move on.
That's actually how I like to play it when I'm, like, just doing the story campaigns and stuff, because... You know, I like to get into the story, and it's like super noir and really crazy and cool. But yeah, the game allows you to just run over pedestrians without consequence, so why not? Actually,
you say noir, I'm thinking of LA Noire, where Jeff would take the controller and he'd be like, oh, derp, driving down the road. Oh, accidentally hit people. And I'm like, God damn it, Jeff.
God damn it.
Actually just driving into anything.
I never drove in that game because it was so, like, it was such a different game trying to drive in LA Noire. He's like, I don't know how to drive at all, so I'm just going to run over everyone. I'm just a top policeman.
Yeah, exactly. And just running into anything you can and driving over everyone.
And then looking at a pack of cigarettes on the ground and saying, I don't think this is anything, but continuing to look at it for about 20 minutes.
Oh my god, that's so true.
That's how that was.
The game is kind of dumb.
I really liked it.
I never finished it. And that's another game that I only played with friends because I never really felt like playing it unless we could just screw around.
Yeah, for me, that game was kind of weird, like, just trying to figure out the facial tics and the expressions, be like, you gotta figure out if they're lying or not. It's just like, whatever.
And it's even especially kind of, like, lame because the facial recognition stuff was great. All the actors looked great, but they were told that they had to act like they were lying. When they're already lying because they're acting, but they had to look like they were lying, so it became kind of obvious, like, well, they just looked down at their shoes and got all twitchy and stuff, so they're obviously lying.
I want you to act, but not act.
Exactly.
and the 3 choices you get for Cole to respond was kind of bullshit, too, because, like, if you click doubt, it's like, you're a goddamn fucking mass murderer!
Yeah, it was like the like most extreme answer to, are you sure doubt? Really? That's what that was?
Jesus, Cole.
Like, calm down, buddy. It'll be alright.
Alright, well, I'm gonna save the best question for last here.
I can't wait.
Are you ready?
Yes!
Is your body ready?
Not quite.
Okay, Coke or Pepsi?
What a question. For the actual product, Coke, and I'm gonna get kind of analytical here because I enjoy soda. That's kind of like, I could collect soda if I had money and energy and I gave a crap. But for the original, those two, the actual Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola, I'm gonna have to choose Pepsi over just a base cola. But going by their entire line of products, I have to go with Coke products over Pepsi products. Like, what the hell is Sierra Mist? Are you kidding me?
So, like,
yeah, just give me a Sprite and we're good.
Okay, so how about favorite soda? Because apparently you've got things under the Coke category that you enjoy.
Gotta go with the doctor's orders.
The Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper.
Aw, yeah.
Alright, in a can or from a fountain?
I think all sodas have their place. I think Dr. Pepper is best enjoyed from a fountain. A good quality soda jerk. None of that, crappy Taco Bell nonsense. But, if you find yourself a good quality soda jerk with some some fine Dr. Pepper. That's the best way to enjoy it.
Dr. Pepper from a can is kind of like, not really sure how to put it. It's like drinking cardboard.
It's just not quite the same at all.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of like gasoline flavor.
Mm.
Crappiest drink from a fountain I ever got was a Pepsi Max in KFC in a place called Bowling Green, Florida.
Wow, that's kind of very specific.
Because that's how fucking awful it was. It was like somebody had poured rubbing alcohol into the machine.
Now, how long ago was this?
It was earlier this year.
Okay, so if you're going to be like, oh yeah, this was like, actually I don't know when Pepsi Max came out. I don't keep track of shitty sodas. But anyway, I'm not a Pepsi fan. But I thought you were going to be like, oh yeah, it was 15 years ago. I'll never forget that day.
15 years from now, I'll still always remember it.
It was that bad.
Just that bad.
It was so bad I actually have regret.
The only time you've ever regret drinking a soda.
Yes.
All right, well, I think that's enough of the quick questions here. So let's actually get down to business. To business.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get the Let's Play questions flowing.
What's a Let's Play?
Best question ever.
What is a Let's Play? Tell me.
My life.
Okay, so what games are you doing Let's Plays of?
Right now, I've got Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door running. I'm on episode 8 of that. Well, episode 7 as of now. I'm working on episode 8. And I'm just about to start Half-Life 2 Abridged, which is what I'm calling it, because it's going to be another highly edited sort of jump cut LP. I can't wait to get that uploaded. Gotcha.
So, how long do you typically spend on an episode?
That's actually kind of variable, because it depends on how well I did my job as a commentator at the beginning, and the content of the game, really. I think the longest I've ever spent on an episode of just working on it was probably maybe upwards of 6 or 7 hours. And but usually I can knock them out in 1 to 2, maybe 3 to 4 hours, not including recording them. And usually I like to record them in big chunks. I'll record 2-3 hours of gameplay. But I'm starting to think that that's a bad idea, because if you have one mistake with the audio at the beginning, it ruins all your audio for the rest of your recording. And I sort of found that out the hard way.
Oh yeah, that has definitely happened to me.
Yeah. So that's sort of the reason why I've been on hiatus for about 3 weeks now. That's part of the reason. The other part of the reason is that I'm kind of a lazy asshole.
Just, randomly.
Sure.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
So, Randy, with you said you spent 6 or 7 hours on one episode. Was that just because you were trying to fine tune it, or was it you're just like, this is crap, I'm going to re-record it, or what was going on?
There's definitely a lot of that going on when I am stuck on an episode. Usually, sometimes I'll have an episode complete, and then I'm like, this is bad, and then I have to re-edit the entire thing. A lot of time goes into trying to get the export properly, exported, trying to render it properly. Some time goes into trying to get it upload to YouTube to cooperate with the upload. Some time goes into trying to fix the commentary if I didn't quite get an idea in my commentary while recording, and I have to re-record it, stuff like that. Post commentary, all that stuff, and that varies from episode to episode. But I definitely can't upload an episode unedited. I have there's no way I could ever do that. Not with my stuff, anyway.
Okay, so, how much do you consider to be, post-commentary, and how much do you consider to be actual, live commentary with your stuff?
I'd say about 95% or so of my commentary is live, and that's how I prefer it, because I like to, get in that zone where you're just able to,
that mindset of it.
Exactly, where you're just man, I'm being kind of witty right now. I can, rattle off things, And,
I know things.
I'm a good public speaker. But, so that's where I like to be. And, usually if I can't get there, I won't record that day. Because I do like all my commentary to be live. And I'm not a fan of post-commentary, but I have had to do it in the past. Usually just pickups and stuff. If I, said something, improperly or said something, over a character, I'll edit my original commentary or I'll just redo it. Just for small clips and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have something that I want to say, like afterwards that I think of that I'll add in as post commentary. Recently, I've had 2 episodes that I had to do entirely post commentary because my original commentary was lost, and that sucked. And I'll definitely try to make an effort not to do that again. And I had so much trouble with episode 7 in Paper Mario, trying to get the post commentary and just not being able to say anything, like just frustration of like, I don't care about this episode anymore, you know? So what I did was... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, you know, does it make you just completely frustrated and you're like, I have to stop for today? Or do you kind of just take a break and walk away and then come back to it, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. Usually I can come back to it a little bit later and be like, okay, well, now I can focus. But with episode 7, it got to the point where I couldn't, like, line it up and watch my gameplay and then do commentary and stuff. So what I did was I just leaned back in my chair and stared at the ceiling and commentated the episode as I saw it in my head from memory, because I had edited it that many times. So that was a completely blind post commentary, which was pretty fun. It was like the only way I could think of to squeeze some enjoyability out of that episode.
Well, that's pretty impressive that you can sit there and just memorize the entire edit and go through it that way.
That was very impressive.
Thank you. It was a pretty sad moment when I realized how good I was at that.
Or how much you've seen of that episode.
Exactly.
So that kind of leads up to a question I was going to ask later on. How perfectionist do you get with the content you push out?
Way too.
Just leave it at that. We're good.
That's a pretty good answer.
Perfectionist to the point where it's debilitating. It's like not a healthy way to produce content.
I mean, like, have you like scrapped entire episodes like after you're finally done or anything like that, or like?
Oh, absolutely, many times. Just because, like, I don't know, you know, you're always your own worst critic.
I truly know exactly how that feels, and I think anybody that's listening to this that actually knows me, they know that's totally true for me.
Totally true.
Yeah, usually I get caught up in the rookie mistake of, okay, last episode was not very good. I have to make this one way, way, way better. And then I make that one and I put it out and I'm like, well, that one sucked. Now I have to make this one even better than that one. You know? And that's really kind of a harmful way to produce serialized content.
And it can become, sometimes it just stacks on top of each other. Like, you feel like you have to do better, so you put more pressure on yourself, and then you then don't feel as you do as well, so you want to try to do better, you put more pressure on yourself. It just kind of becomes a downward slide.
Yeah, like, I wish I could be one of those Let's Players who just, like, uploads several videos a day. That would be kind of nice. But, you know, once you start editing your stuff, that's like free reign to be fully critical of everything that you do. And you're like, well, I can't upload this, you know, I can't upload this in this state because I can edit it right here, you know?
Yeah, watching Northern Lion pump out like 3 to 4 videos a day, I'm just like, sweet Jesus. I wish it were that easy for myself.
Oh, the skills if you only had them.
Indeed.
So kind of with this, what was the first Let's Play that was it Pokemon Snap? Was that the first one you did for your Let's Plays?
That was the first one that I ever like poured myself like fully into, but I actually had a Let's Play before that, right when I created my channel back in January, and that was a Skyrim Let's Play. I worked on it, like I recorded it probably about 3 different times. I was perfectionist even then when I hadn't done anything yet, but I recorded a Skyrim Let's Play based on Chinchilla Dave's adventures in Skyrim, which he was like really getting popular at that time. And it was an edited sort of Let's Play, like a jump cut style, which is my favorite style of Let's Play. And it was really fun to do, and I was so proud of it. And I'm still kind of proud of it. But I had about 5... By the time I uploaded my first 4 episodes, I had 5 whole subscribers. 4 of them were friends of mine, but this one lone subscriber was somebody I didn't know, and they found my videos somehow. And I have no idea if they're still subscribed to me today, but if you are, God bless you. You're the greatest human being ever. But, yeah, I had that uploaded, and right around the time I was editing episode 5, I don't know, I panicked. I'm like, I can't do this. This is the wrong thing to do. Because, I hadn't finished Skyrim at the time. I'd only played it for about, maybe, I don't know, about a month at the time, and I hadn't finished it. I haven't even gotten close to finishing it. So I'm like, the majority of this is going to be blind. And that's, such a... that I shouldn't be doing this. So I panicked, and I'm like, well, I only have 5 subscribers, so I can delete my videos now, and it won't matter. So I did.
No one will know the difference. You'll be fine.
Exactly. So I did. I took all my videos down. I deleted them from my hard drive, which don't ever delete anything. That's my official creed now. Because
your advice to everyone is do not delete anything.
Exactly. Don't delete anything and don't make decisions when you're depressed, because those are 2 things that you can never get back. But so yeah, I panicked, freaked out, deleted my Skyrim Let's Play, and it was I don't know. I miss it. I was like. So I didn't do anything with my channel for a few months, and then I decided to start my channel back again. And yeah, I really regret not finishing that Let's Play, because it was I'm really I think it's better than what I'm producing now, honestly.
I like your train of thought. Mild success, shut down everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the time I get 300 subscribers, I'm just gonna delete all my work and then move into complete seclusion.
You just be like, nope, I can't. Nope, can't do it. Too much pressure.
Yeah, I don't want my art going mainstream.
So, how do you choose your games?
So far they've all been chosen by pretty random circumstance. I had just moved into my apartment, and that's why I started doing Let's Plays. Well, that's when I first started doing it. Because, I could finally do it and people wouldn't think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. Except all my neighbors, but whatever. So, yeah, they're not family. They're never going to actually talk to me, so it's okay.
Minor details. You don't care about them.
But, so I moved into my apartment, and several months went by, and I still hadn't moved all my crap into my apartment. It was still all in the back of my car. So I went out and I got my old N64, and it still had Pokemon Snap in it. And I was like, awesome! I have to play this right now. So I played it for a while, and I'm like, I have to stop, and I have to go buy some equipment to record this, because I want to do a Let's Play of this. And I did, and I wanted, the impetus behind it was, I had never seen a Let's Play of Pokemon Snap that, played it like I played it when I was a kid. All the Let's Plays I had seen, they were pretty good, but they all ended as soon as you got the first photo of Mew. And it's like, that's great, but that's an hour of gameplay, When I was a kid, all my friends and I would spend, all of our time trying to beat our scores in that game. So I wanted to recreate that experience. And, as far as I know, I currently have the longest Pokemon Snap Let's Play ever, which is a great honor.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or
Shut up. It's a good thing.
I'm sure
let me have this 60 goddamn episodes.
It's good enough for him. That's what counts.
Wait, how long
60
is it?
episodes. 61, actually, now that I think about it.
I want to frame this for you. That's longer than my Skyrim Let's Play.
God damn it.
And my Skyrim Let's Play is finished.
And it's pretty long.
Yeah, originally it was going to be 30 episodes, because I started out grouping the Pokemon into contentful episodes of 3 Pokemon at a time, about 15-20 minutes long. And by the time I got to Doduo, which is not even halfway through the Pokedex, I was like, fuck this. So I decided to record the rest of the entire Pokedex. It was 30 Pokemon all in one night. And then I edited all of that footage into 30 episodes. Each of them were about 1 to 2 minutes long, just to be done with it.
Well, at least your microphone didn't screw up.
At least my microphone didn't screw up.
It's the small things that make you happy.
Of course, nothing will ever prepare you in life for trying to get a perfect photo of Mew, often considered the hardest thing in the entire Pokemon franchise, in the middle of the night after having played this game all goddamn day. But I did it! Fucking did it!
I'm so proud of you, Randy.
Thank you. That was my life achievement.
I'm gonna make a badge and mail to you.
And now I'm never playing that game again.
So yeah, that's the best way to do it. Just be like, I'm done. I don't have to do it ever again. I'm happy.
Exactly.
You know, I actually watched several episodes of that Let's Play, and I realized that I've actually played that game, and I just don't remember. So I don't know what that says about the game. Like, I actually beat it. I'm pretty sure I beat that game. I just don't remember any of it.
You're probably just trying to block it out of your subconscious mind.
It must be it. Because, I mean, that's the only Pokemon game I've ever played.
It's not a very good game.
Maybe
when you get right down to it, it's just not a very good game.
Maybe that's why it's the only Pokemon game I've played.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's kind of what you're basing it on, yeah.
It's a very fun game for 10 hours, but once you've poured 60 hours into it, it gets a little dull.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a little repetitive, too.
If anything, it was an experiment that I did for the good of mankind to let you know that you don't really need to play Pokemon Snap for that long if you don't want to. It's okay.
Silver Age scientists doing science for us, so we don't have to.
It's science!
And I'm very proud.
So, Rainey, what actually originally got you into? I know you were kind of saying that you had watched one of the other Let's Plays, but what really got you into doing Let's Plays to begin with?
I guess I could go back to the very first Let's Play I ever saw, and that was when I was a kid. No, I'm just kidding. That was in 2007. My friend linked me to Proton John's Kaizo Mario World Special Stage 2 video, which has reached internet infamy by this point, but it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen, and I was like, you can play video games and talk and people will watch? That's amazing! And I watched all of Proton John's stuff, and since then I've just been kind of like watching Let's Plays just around, and a while back I was looking for a Pokemon Let's Play because I wanted to see the ending of Pokemon Fire Red for some reason. So because it's such a good, powerful ending. But
I'm sure.
Pure heart-wrenching story, but so I was looking it up, and I've came across Chugga Conroy's Fire Red Let's Play, and I watched all of it, and I was like, that was like the first Let's Play I ever saw where I thought, you can put effort into it. I'm like, that's cool. Because he did like a ton of editing, he had bios for every Pokemon you can catch, and it was the coolest thing. And that was like I watched the rest of his not all of them, but I watched a bunch of his Let's Plays, just because at the time I didn't really have a whole lot else to do with my time. So
it seemed like a good use of your time.
Sure. And then I started like reading on like TV tropes and stuff, other really good Let's Plays. I watched Spoonie's Phantasmagoria 2 Let's Play, which was mind-blowingly funny. Funniest shit I've ever seen. I got pointed to the Chewbot Let's Plays, which are text Let's Plays of the terrible secret of Animal Crossing, and the Plague and Treachery on the Oregon Trail, which is probably my favorite ever Let's Play, and it's a text Let's Play. It's so good. But about the time I read those two and I started like really getting into the community, I'm like, okay, as soon as I move out, I'm definitely gonna make some Let's Plays. And that's honestly part of the reason why I moved out. So it's good.
A man inspired to move out by Let's Plays.
So yeah, and then I finally watched Chinchilla Dave's Adventures in Skyrim, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I tried it, and it was fun.
Very nice. So what experiences have you had that kind of allowed you to do that? Or did you just kind of, I know Kurt, he kind of basically did it all on his own, has kind of figured it out as he went through it, but what did you have as your background?
I've made videos on the internet for a while now. Like I did YouTube poops for a while back when those were big. That was fun. And it was silly, but it was fun. So that, and like doing stuff like that kind of teach me how to edit. And I also was in high school TV productions, and I edited our news show. It was crappy, but I edited it. And those are two words that are very hard to say back to back, but still. So that's how I learned how to edit, and then it just became something that I just did for fun. And I love to edit. So yeah, that's what so that's my prior background. And that's why I like to keep my Let's Plays edited.
Okay, and like what kind of programs do you use now as for your Let's Plays and everything?
Right now, I use Adobe Premiere for editing, and I use After Effects for some of the effects. I don't have that many yet. I just kind of have the title screen in Paper Mario, but I do plan to get some more After Effects stuff going. I use Audacity to capture commentary, of course, and I use Virtual Dub to capture stuff from my Dazzle from the TV. So,
What kind of microphone do you have?
honestly, this is the first headset I ever bought as soon as I moved into my apartment, and it's a $12 Logitech headset. And the only thing that sucked about it was the fact that it didn't have a pop filter. So I took one of the earphones off and I taped it around the microphone as an impromptu pop filter, and it's worked surprisingly well.
It sounds really good. Like surprisingly
Yeah, it's actually
good.
pretty impressive.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm like super impressed with Logitech's cheapest headset possible.
I'm actually like flabbergasted. It sounds so good. For $12, that's ridiculous.
And then I bought a $70 Blue Snowball, and it sounded the same from a close distance, and it sounded absolutely terrible from any kind of middle distance. I mean,
So then, did you go back to your Logitech?
yes, I did, and I'll never leave it again.
So maybe the Blue Snowball was so good it actually brought out what your voice actually sounds like, and the Logitech muffles it
Possibly.
and makes it sound good.
I'm actually a woman. The Logitech deepens my voice quite a bit.
Most impressive, yes. I was going to say, Kurt, you probably shouldn't insult our guests, but, meh.
I was just teasing.
Sure you were.
That's what Randy's good for, good teasing.
Well, I'm always happy to be in that position, I suppose.
Nice. So, Randy, for your fun facts, do you use After Effects, or what do you usually do for those?
I just craft those in Premiere, actually.
Oh, okay. Just kind of separate layers and things like that.
Yeah, I was going to use After Effects, but it was just too much effort, and I'm not one for applying effort into... so,
As we've stated, you're a little lazy, so...
yeah, but still.
Where do you usually come up with those? Is that just kind of random thoughts you have while playing, or what?
No, I come up with those after I finish the episode, and that happened because after the first episode of my Pokemon Snap Let's Play, I keep wanting to say Paper Mario because I only play games that start with P, apparently. But I was looking for something to put at the end because that had become a thing. Like, when I first started watching Let's Plays, it was just like, okay, well, I'll see you guys next time, and then the video would end. And I was like, well, that's kind of, like, lame. But then, over the years, Let's Players had started putting, like, title cards at the end, usually, to, like, just something. Like, Chugga Conroy always had, like a playlist link, and then a link to the next video when it came out, and stuff like that. And I thought that's pretty cool. Because Let's Play...
Yeah, just kind of as a solid end slate, just to be like, okay, now you know it's done.
Yeah, because Let's Plays are almost always viewed in hindsight. Like, it's always something like somebody will stumble upon a Let's Play and then watch it all the way through. So I just thought, it's a good way to get to move on. But it was so boring. I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do? Just have next? And like, no. So I'm like, well, I can just put a bunch of bullshit facts, because those are fun. So my first bullshit fact was, what was it? It was like, statistically, the most common nickname for Pidgey is Wingsler, but scientifically, the best nickname for Pidgey is Barnaby. And I'm like, that's not scientific at all.
There's nothing to do with it, but it works.
Yeah, so, and considering I had scientist in my name, I felt like I should try to impart some knowledge, and my knowledge is total bullshit, so...
That's okay. Like I was telling Kurt, those are kind of the fun things you kind of sit there and I would wait till the end of the episode. I would always try to get through the entire episode to then see what the fun fact was and what it tied back to and things like that. So I commend you on those. Those are very well done.
Well, thank you very much. That was actually going to be just something I did for Pokemon Snap, but I think I'm going to have to do it for every Let's Play that I do from here on out.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've set a precedent, and now you have to continue with that.
I'm happy with that. I find so much humor in bullshit facts. Just something stated as truth that's just totally not true at all. It makes me laugh so hard. I don't know why.
Well, you say it confidently enough, anybody's going to believe it.
Oh, sure. If you say it, with enough confidence, it'll just be true.
Exactly. And now it's on the internet, so of course it's true.
Or if you say it enough times, it'll eventually become true.
Yeah, like there was an episode of Portlandia on the IFC. The latest episode was like a director's cut of the last episode of the season 2, and like the second half of that episode was like just kind of like a falsified making of. And they had this one clip in there where they were trying to figure out who invented the swivel chair, and then it popped up like a title card that said, "The swivel chair was invented in 1776 by Thomas Jefferson." I was like, that's fucking bullshit. That's so not even true. I don't know. I just wanted to bring up that example. I love crap like that.
Well, kind of, and something to sign that. Like, where do you get like a lot of your inspirations, or do you try to blend in a lot of things that, like in movies or quotes or pop culture or something like that into your Let's Play, or do you try to keep that separate?
Well, I guess my sense of humor just sort of developed watching a lot of ironic sort of comedy, like Tim and Eric and stuff, Adult Swim, all that. Portlandia is currently my favorite show, and a lot of my I don't know. I like to channel like Portlandia's style of humor whenever I talk. I don't know how well it comes through, but that's what I'm always like. That's like my favorite thing. But my biggest influence for commentary comes from other Let's Players. People I admire.
Very nice. Do you feel like their voice kind of comes through you, or is it just like, oh, I remember them doing this, and I think I can do that, or have fun with this, or something like that?
Only when I directly rip people off, which has happened. Like, I sort of picked up, I catch myself all the time, but it's true. Like, and this is a literal example of what you're asking. Chinchilla Dave, who first inspired me to, was the final nail, and, like, I gotta start. The way he said the word no was hilarious. He was just like, no! And I catch myself saying that all the time. In fact, in my latest episode, the first episode of Half-Life 2, I say it exactly like that several times.
Very nice. Kind of a callback to your old Let's Play, or your inspirational Let's Plays.
That it is. I also catch myself saying bad sometimes after old Sparhawk here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Apparently I say it differently. I didn't realize it till Randy pointed it out to me.
It's so funny. I love the way you say it.
All right, Randy, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Now, this is something that I saw myself as I started and made more and more LPs, but from your very first LP to your most recent one, do you feel like you've improved, and how exactly do you think you've improved? And to add even on top of that, maybe some advice to anybody listening that's looking for, ways to improve their own content.
Okay, that's a good question. I think from the beginning of Pokemon Snap, I have definitely improved. I think from the beginning of my ill-fated Skyrim Let's Play, I have never been as good as I was when I first started.
Beginner's luck.
Damn it, I should have capitalized on it. Like, I'm so happy with how that Let's Play was starting out, and I don't know why the hell I stopped. I wish I still had it, because I would like to just watch them. But, yeah, so I still haven't matched how I was back in January, but I have definitely improved since the beginning of my Pokemon Snap, and that's because I can't even watch the earlier episodes of that.
I know that feeling. Like, a lot of my older content, I don't even want to mention it whenever I say this is what I do.
Yeah,
just like Skyrim. Fuck, I never did Skyrim. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I guess the fields I think I've improved most on is I feel like I'm more confident, definitely, with my commentary, which that's going to be everybody who Let's Plays. You're never going to start out as confident as you're going to get. There's just something unnatural about talking to yourself while playing a game. It doesn't really come naturally at first, and I had a big problem with that in Pokemon Snap.
I'm still struggling with that myself, so.
Yeah, that happens.
Is that the advice you would say, is just do it and just kind of keep it, just like, even if you think it sounds stupid, just get it out there and have it be done?
Yeah, like a lot of people come into the subreddit asking, like, what should I play for my first game? And I just have this to say: your first game really isn't that important, I promise. Like, just do a game that a game that you like, and just whatever you do, count your first Let's Play as a learning experience.
Even if it's Minecraft, do it.
Even if it's Minecraft, just do it. Like, you don't have to pick the perfect game, because no one's going to start watching your channel immediately unless you're, like, just godly at what you do. You know? So don't worry about it. If you worry about it, then you're just, you know, you're creating unnecessary stress. You know? Just when you're starting out, you don't have any viewers, you don't have anyone that you can let down. You know? So just do something, have fun with it, you know? So that's my advice to people. Like, you will get better. If you do it, you will get better.
That's good advice.
If you do it and you have fun with it, delete your page and start over.
Exactly.
Just forget it and move on.
Silveragescientist, everybody. No.
Whenever something is starting to feel like it might not work, all you got to do is just delete all of your work and quit.
Just makes it easier. Just simpler and easy. Just break off and be done.
Yep. Follow my brave example.
Oh, man, I love it. Have you considered doing dual commentary with another Let's Player? And what game do you think you'd prefer, or what genre?
I've never considered starting a dual a dual commentary, but if anyone would like me to do a dual commentary, I definitely consider it. I've never actually made plans to do one, but it'd definitely be fun. I have no idea what game it would be, because I wouldn't be the one to choose the game. But yeah, I would totally be down for that.
I think for me, the logistics behind it would be really weird, because I'm like you. I like to edit my video. And
yeah, exactly.
And it's easy when it's just you. But whenever you add somebody else into it, how do you edit around like somebody else?
Yeah, like, oh, hey, I thought this whole part about your commentary here was really crappy, so I cut it out.
Yep. It would definitely be weird. But I think it can be done. It's just, I think it has to be a specific game type. Like, it has to be a really good game. And there's just a lot of factors that go into it.
Yeah. But I do love some dual commentary Let's Plays. Like, one of my favorite Let's Plays ever. If I had to make a top 10 Let's Plays, which I'm totally considering, I would have to include Proton John's Let's Play of Deal or No Deal with his roommate Kellican. So goddamn funny. Just the way they played off of each other. Absolutely. One of the funniest Let's Plays I've ever seen. All based around this truly ridiculous game, the Deal or No Deal PC home game. Like, if you're gonna do solo Let's Plays, it's best to stick to good games. But if you're gonna do dual commentary, you can totally break out the shitty games.
Just pull anything out of the closet. Just go for it.
Absolutely. My friends and I, we did a Mario Party 6 Let's Play, and that was fun. But we were going to do a Let's Play of this N64 game that was the Wheel of Fortune. It was this really crappy home game of the Wheel of Fortune, and we were going to do that. But before we could do it, Proton John uploaded the exact same thing. And I was like, damn.
Just one step ahead of you.
It was ridiculous. Like, really, the timing was impeccable. I was actually kind of thinking, well, I should do this before Proton John ever does it.
And he beat you to the punch.
Bastard.
You know, that actually got me thinking, man. I kind of want to do a Let's Play of the old, like, bootleg Bible adventure games for the NES.
Oh, that would be too good.
Like that. Oh, man. I have vague memories of my neighbor who had that game, and I'd go over there and play it. It was a terrible game.
Amazing.
Unlicensed Nintendo game. Oh.
I think unless...
What could go wrong?
Yeah. I think unless you're, like, this comedic genius, it's always best to play crappy games with someone else, because that way you can just like play off of each other. And I found that out doing Hey You Pikachu. Like, that was fun, but I think it would be more fun if I had someone else there, because you know, if you have someone else there, it's fun to play a crappy game. If you're just doing it alone, you're like, why the fuck am I playing this game?
Yep, I totally agree.
And man, Hey You Pikachu is a crappy game. That's probably the worst game I've ever played. So I put my Let's Play of that on hiatus after 4 episodes. I'm like, I'm done. There's nothing else in this game. But if I ever do bring it back, I think I might have to do some dual commentary with it, because that's the only way I could stomach like trying to play that broken game again.
So in other words, just have someone else's comedy, just be like, look, we got through it together. We actually can, you know, enjoy it if we're together. Exactly.
And there's something about like comedy that really is enhanced when there's laughter. Something about laughter is contagious, and it's hard to laugh at a crappy game when you're by yourself. But if you're with a friend, you know, that creates laughter, and that makes the viewer have a much better time watching. I think anyway. That's what I observe from Proton John's stuff.
No. I've always had that feeling, especially like if I listen to Curtis's or any of you guys. It's just, if you just laugh to yourself, it just makes it more fun and more entertaining, and you're actually enjoying yourself.
Exactly, and they even did another dual commentary, Proton John and his roommate, of Mario's early years, and that was more recent, and that was also hilarious. Like, if I've ever laughed out loud at a Let's Play, it was his dual commentaries.
All right, well, I got another one for you there, Randy. How do you feel like some of your viewers have shaped, your Let's Plays and things that you've actually done?
I actually try to keep really in close contact with all my viewers. I have a Facebook page that I update frequently with updates and stuff. I have a Twitter account. I try to keep everyone in the know of what I'm doing, and I like to communicate with them about Let's Plays and stuff. And actually, this next Let's Play was requested by a viewer, so and that's pretty cool. They requested it, like, why not just do Half-Life 2? And I was like, no, I don't really want to. Okay, I'll just fucking do it. And then I decided to do it, and I'm actually really happy with how it's turning out.
Very good. Okay, so it kind of was something that you wouldn't have thought of it for yourself, so you decided, let's give the audience what they want.
Exactly.
So did you were you at first like, oh, I guess this could be okay, and the more you thought about it, and the more you actually started thinking about how the intro would go, you started getting worked up about it?
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, I dismissed it. I was like, I don't really want to play that. That's not the kind of Let's Plays I want to do. I want to do Let's Plays where, every episode, every player has a different experience. Like Pokemon Snap or something. And but then I was thinking, no, that's dumb. This would be a fun game to do, and I know it, and I can edit it and make it my own and stuff. And then I started thinking about it, and this would be a really good Let's Play. I got to do this. So, and I'm editing it now, and I'm really quite happy with it. So I'm gonna be deleting it soon.
Everybody loves Half-Life 2, so I think it sounds like a winner.
That it does.
Now remember, Randy, don't delete your stuff anymore.
I'll do what I please.
Okay, Randy. I got one last question for you.
Hit me. How
did you end up with the name Silveragescientist?
That is an excellent question. This is going back a few years now. I had this is also incredibly dorky, but I was a member of a Daft Punk message board, and my name wasn't Silveragescientist. I don't even want to disclose what my name used to be, but
yeah, you do. Tell us.
No.
Tell us.
It had the word evil in it.
Was it just that bad or just that good?
I created it in 8th grade.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, I know you know what it is. You're just dying to let everyone know.
I am. I won't do it, though.
Okay.
Do it.
No, because it was so dorky and lame. But anyway, so I was actually a moderator on this forum, and we had this section where you could make your own music, and it was just crappy music that we all made, but we had fun making it. And I released all my music under that original alias. And by the time I kind of learned what I was doing with FL Studio, the program I used, I decided that I wanted to start fresh with a new alias, and I wanted it to be cool and not 8th grade. And I wanted the word science in it somewhere. So I was also reading a lot of comics at the time. I actually made an EP, an imaginary EP. It wasn't actually released. It was just 5 tracks that I called an EP because I have a keyboard, and that's what I named it. But it was very comics based, and I was like, okay, well, I want to kind of keep with the comic book motif, so I'm going to go with okay, Silver Age. That was better. It's better than the Golden Age, because that's Silver Age. That's when we got X-Men, and X-Men is my favorite thing in the entire galaxy. So yeah, and
I like this thought process. It's good.
It was something. And I was like, well, I also want the word science in there. So I'm like, okay, well, Silver Age Scientist sounds good because, it would mean I'm a scientist and I could do science, and that's cool. I could be like Doc Ock and, stuff like that.
I actually thought it was more like a Professor Oak kind of reference.
I'm sure, that actually makes sense because, that's my Twitter picture is Professor Oak and stuff. And that was the picture I had for my YouTube account for a while. Just because that picture of him scratching his head is basically my reaction to Pokemon Snap. Just, do I really want to play this? Or really? But anyway, the music thing never materialized after that. Like, I think I made one track under that alias, and it's still floating around the internet somewhere, but you guys are never going to find it. But unless I decide to post it one day, because I don't really care. But anyway.
If I find it, can I play it here?
I don't know. Because I'm like so unhappy with it. Like, it was 2010. Honestly, it was a while ago. But
oh man, that's like forever ago in internet time.
It was. And so yeah, I decided like, well, the name just kind of stuck. I had already made that my TV Tropes name and stuff. So I decided, well, I'll just do Let's Plays under Silveragescientist because, you know, it's not like that name's hard to type or anything. So I decided, yeah, that's good enough. Which sucks because I totally had a better alias from a different YouTube channel that I totally could have used, Toxword. And that's like my old YouTube poop channel. And that was really something. You can totally check it out if you want, but I recommend not because it's really crappy. But yeah,
I will go hunt it down.
Go right ahead.
I want to know more.
So yeah, I did that for a while, and that was my username. And I like the name Toxword. It was like cool. It was like a name. That's what I should have stuck with. But whatever, Silveragescientist works.
So you hang out in the IRC chat for the subreddit with us quite a bit, and of course you have your full Silveragescientist name, and nobody's gonna type that shit out.
No,
we're gonna come up with a short name for you. So we came up with SAS, so we called you Sass, and then eventually devolved into Sassy.
And you know what? From the second I created the name, I knew that was gonna happen. I was ready for it. You were okay
with it, huh?
I was ready for it. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna be sassy. I always kept in the back of my mind, maybe people will call me Silver. No, I knew it was gonna happen. Sass.
Yeah. Not so much. Every now and again I'll call you Silver, but for the most part, like I've had to stop myself several times from calling you Sassy.
No, that's totally fine.
But so I don't think I have any more questions. I think I know far more than I ever wanted to about you.
Oh, well, that's great.
What about you, Jeff?
No, I don't think I'm good.
So, Randy, do you have any questions for us?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of one.
I think that's a no.
Jeff just doesn't want to answer any questions.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, well, truth or dare?
Truth or... Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Dare.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
I dare you to subscribe to Silveragescientist at YouTube.
Perfect. Done.
We're keeping it. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us. It was quite fun.
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Definitely had a blast.
So anyway,
I enjoy talking out loud to myself in my room and making my neighbors think I'm crazy, which is why I do this thing in the whole thing in the first place.
I have the same fear. I actually sometimes record with the door open and everybody who walks by gets to hear me. It doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck?
Just to frighten the neighbors that much more.
Just consider them unwilling subscribers.
There we go.
You must listen to me.
Man, I would have hit 100 subs even earlier.
Awesome.
Anyway, so thank you guys for joining us, and I will see you in the next Let's Cast.